and has been traveling at a high rate of speed throughout this pursuit when he was on the freeways. But for now, the sheriffs are staying on it. They are not asking for the CHP to take over, but they are in the area in case they are needed. But again, now he goes all the way over to the slow lane, and we'll see what direction to travel this vehicle takes.
Gil, you said there's 3 people in the car, one of them a murder suspect. Are those other 2 considered hostages at this point?
You know, the Sheriff's Department did not speak of that. They didn't say anything about the other 2, other than there's 2 of them. Look at this. He's going to go off-roading here. That's going to be a change for the sheriffs. We'll see if they can handle it. It looks like they're going to be able to handle it just well, but he's going to go against traffic here. And this is going to be, I believe, a transition road or an on-ramp to the 605 freeway. Wrong way on that transition road. This is, I believe, the 105, actually. It is the 105 eastbound and the westbound lanes, and he's got nowhere to go. That truck there, he's going to scrape along westbound in the eastbound transition road from the 105 freeway onto the 605, but he's going onto the 105 here as he continues on that shoulder.
All right, well, I thought we seen it all the other day with the guy making all those U-turns. That was totally even more bizarre.
Yeah, and at some point he's probably going to run up on someone in that lane, and that's going to trap them, hopefully. But as we jumped on here live, Gil, here goes the U-turn. Whoa, he almost flipped there.
And he
so
almost flipped. You saw that, Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that truck is elevated, right? So it's lifted. So he did that strong U-turn, and the flip almost happened. But you mentioned there are 3 people in this pickup truck. One allegedly wanted for murder. Did they just not stop when they were when this initiated on the 405?
Yeah, the sheriffs eventually went into pursuit on that 405 near the 22, failed to yield, so they called it a pursuit at that point. But and it has been ever since. Now the CHP would normally pick up this pursuit, but the Sheriff's Department is staying in the game here, so they're not asking for the CHP's assistance right now. But you know that the CHP is in the area, and they are monitoring the situation in the event they need to help out or take over this pursuit.
Well, he's going at a high rate of speed now, and fortunately going with traffic. But again, that black and white unit is right behind him, and it looks like he may be getting off on an off-ramp here.
I think he's just in the far right.
Let's go to the left side of the freeway. Sorry about that. We're just trying to get in a better shot here so we can see the car there along the shoulder of the road. But he's going to go back into lanes now. We'll see if he exits or not. But again, this will be approaching the 91 freeway in a couple of miles. This is going to be Alondra if he takes Alondra there. And it looks like he's going to take the Gore Point instead and stay on the freeway.
Yeah, this is can potentially be pretty dangerous if you see the aggressive moves this guy's made. And Gil had mentioned that he started on the 405 north at the 22 and then was on the 605 and the 105. And then we saw there where he off-roaded, randomly found like a little dirt patch and able to jump back onto the freeway. And was going in the opposite direction again, and just super dangerous in terms of the high speeds and erratic driving here. And you know, the other pursuit that we had last Friday, we saw a lot of the U-turns, but that guy wasn't driving high rates of speed. He was more contained, but this with stuff in the back, in the cab back there, and 3 people up front, this has potential to not be a good situation.
And again, because it's a raised up truck, you know, there's a possibility that if he tries to do another U-turn at a high rate of speed, he could easily flip over.
Yep.
So it's not the most stable vehicle. And again, one of the 3 people in this pickup truck is a murder suspect. At this point, we don't have any information if the 2 with him are accomplices. Could they be hostages? We just don't know at this point. But he is desperate not to get caught.
Yeah, Glenn and Lou, we're southbound still on the 605 approaching South Street, and I can tell you that we're exclusive on this pursuit overhead in the Sky 5. We just got on it about 5 minutes ago when he came to us here, and as I said before, he was started on the 405 freeway northbound approaching the 605. He jumped on the 605, went up to the 105. Basically, he's doing the same routine here. He's now southbound 605. We'll see if he gets off on Willow Street like he did the last time in about 15 minutes ago. But again, the speeds are, looks like 75 miles an hour. He slowed down a little bit, but you saw the erratic driving as he tried to get on that transition road from the 105 the wrong direction. Unbelievable to see that happen. He was able to make that U-turn and not go any further into traffic. But here we are, southbound 605 freeway. This is going to be the Cerritos area, and he might be, let's see if he takes his exit. We'll see. Looks like he's going in.
Is that the same exit he took before?
It'd be Amo Boulevard.
Oh, it's a little
I
different.
believe it's Amo Boulevard now. He's exiting. No, he went a little further south the last time he was going south on the 605. This time he's exiting at Amo and looks like setting up for a left turn, maybe. Nope, he's going to go right turn, David.
It's interesting about the murder suspect element to this. If maybe law enforcement, they
Gas
were
station.
casing this guy, or what the situation was for them to know that a murder suspect is in this vehicle, or does he own this vehicle?
Coming back.
And they just are familiar with the
Nope.
tags, maybe a warrant out for his arrest.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how they know. Maybe they were tracking this suspect, the murder suspect, inside this truck. I can tell you, now he's back on the 605, it looks like southbound. I can tell you that early on in the pursuit, when he took the 105 freeway transition, they threw something out of the truck. So the officers, or I should say the deputies, stopped and picked up whatever they threw out. They did not identify what that object was. And then later in the pursuit, almost in the same area, he threw out something again. So there.
All right, we lost contact there with Gil Lavis up in Sky 5. Again, this is a pursuit of a murder suspect in this pickup truck. You're seeing the video from earlier where he basically switched freeways and went to the wrong direction on this on-ramp here. And he is currently on the 605 southbound after getting off temporarily, getting on Amo Boulevard, and getting back on the 605 southbound. And again, there are two other people in this vehicle. We do not know at this point if they are accomplices, kidnapped victims, hostages. We just don't know at this point.
And Gil, he basically got back on the 605 now?
No, he's back off now.
Yeah, he went right back off the freeway here at Carson Street. Very busy, and he's going to go into this mall. It's the Lakewood Mall here. It's the shopping center with a Lowe's and other shopping centers. Very busy center right now, and he's going to go right into this loop around here. He's going to make that left turn, and he'll be able to loop around the businesses here. But again, very busy right now at this time of day. I'll come out to a little bit wider shot so you can see the parking lot, and you can see maybe he's stopping here. Let's see.
Well, the scary part about this is that if it is a murder suspect, you don't know if anyone in the vehicle is armed. So this is super dangerous for the law enforcement and LA sheriffs as this guy is slowing down here. Don't know what his moves will be.
He's waving at what looked like maybe he was waving at the deputies behind. You see the passenger sticking. It looked like might be a female in that passenger side putting her hands up, but this might be it. The rear passenger hands out the window as well, and the driver maybe saying that's enough, enough is enough, and just pulling over here in this busy shopping center. There goes the keys. That's a good sign.
Okay.
The deputies are going to want that, so the vehicle now essentially is not operable. And let me come out to a wider shot. You see the felony stop in progress here as what looks like the driver finally complying. We're not sure. They never said who the murder suspect was in the vehicle. They didn't identify if it was the driver or one of the passengers, but they're going to take them all into custody and process them once they have them in custody.
Well, smart of them to pull over here, and obviously the passenger there having their hands out, the driver as well, and we mentioned there are 3 in there, so hopefully they'll be able to
the
make all
driver's
this
out of the
happen.
vehicle.
Yep, and they're complying.
And that's good. So
Yeah.
from what we can tell, there were no vehicles struck, nobody injured in this pursuit. And now what was a very dangerous situation looks like it's coming to an end here at the Carson and the 605 freeway at the Lakewood Mall.
So they're going to do this one by one, is what they'll do, is they'll bring him out and get him handcuffed, and then bring the second person out. assuming someone's sitting in the middle, or if this is like a cab that has like a little seat in the back, but assuming that everyone's in the front.
And if they'll
together.
all cooperate,
Yes.
which the driver is. We just have to see what happens with the next two. He's now down on his knees, hands on top of his head, so they will now come over and handcuff him and take him out of the way.
Glenn and Lou, I can tell you that there were unmarked vehicles. You can see one of them there at the lead. So that tells me that they were in surveillance of this vehicle at some point, and that's when they finally got the black and whites in there to light this vehicle up, and that's when the pursuit started. So it looks like it may have been a surveillance situation that started this pursuit.
Well, the good news is they are off the road.
Yeah.
Because that was some dangerous driving, some frantic driving, that U-turn, and then the off-road turn. You know, you never see right here. Just took a chance. Maybe they're familiar with this area for him to know that that was there, but going the opposite direction on a freeway, as we've seen on Friday and today, just putting a lot of lives in danger.
All right,
Here
we
comes
see
the
some
front
movement there behind the
passenger.
windshield, so that means one of the passengers is finally getting out. Looks
And
like
you
this-
had mentioned you thought one of these passengers was a female?
that's
Yeah,
a female
that's the
right
one,
there.
Lou. Yeah, she came out of the front passenger seat, opened the door, but they wanted her out the driver's side. So here she goes, and she's complying as well. I saw a third set of hands out the rear passenger, I'm sorry, the rear driver's side. So there's at least one more. They did mention there was 3 on board, so 2 so far in custody now and waiting for the last one to come out.
There's almost the flip there, which could have. It's so elevated. The tires are up so high. That's just hard U-turn to make.
That's a lot of money put into a pickup truck to make it a more unstable vehicle than it already is.
So again, apparently one of the passengers or the driver in this vehicle is wanted as a murder suspect, and so good thing they were able to get them to stop and pull over and apprehend them here. We don't have any details of who they are or how the law enforcement knows that the murder suspect is there. Oh,
There's
and
the
then
third
there's
person.
the back seat. Okay.
That's number 3. He's going to lift his shirt to make sure they see no weapons in his waistband. And so far, all 3 complying well with the deputy's commands.
Yeah, when he threw the keys out, I think that was always a good sign, or is always a good sign.
Oh yeah, that was immediate too. So that's a good sign for sure.
Okay, clear at this point. We know that there was a murder suspect in that vehicle. We just don't know which one of the 3 passengers. We know there was 3 people. This is the second man and the last person that was in the car, now complying, going on their knees with their hands behind their head. So this third person that was in the pickup truck getting handcuffed now, and that would pretty much be the end of anybody being in any danger. That's all out of the way now.
Well, they're also going to have to go through that vehicle and just make sure that no one else is in there, and also just check what the things are in the back of that pickup truck. But right now it looks like this is an ending to a pursuit that could have been very, very bad.
And again, it's all coming to the ending at a mall in Lakewood on Carson Street off the 605 freeway. Little hairy there for a while with some of those freeway changes and driving the wrong way, but it looks like at this point that this one is pretty much wrapped up as far as anybody being in danger.
All right. Well, thanks for sticking around with us. We are going to take a break, but we'll be back at 3 o'clock for the KTLA 5 News at 3. See you then.